Welcome to Volume 30 of Nintendo Switch games that I definitely believe you should buy before they become rare and expensive. There's one game on today's list which I'm incredibly stoked to talk about, and it's definitely become one of my new favorite games. And when we get there, you'll know. So, without further ado, feel free to sit back, relax, and let's dive into it. The first game I want to talk about today is Which Spring Are? This game follows a young witch named Pieberry. When she was a baby and her parents found out that she was a witch, they abandoned her in a secluded forest. As time goes on, her peaceful life gets interrupted by the appearance of the palace warriors on the hunt for witches, and thus the adventure begins. So this game just recently released in Japan, and it's actually due to release in the US next month. And it was actually a few weeks ago when I realized that the Japan version has English subtitles, which is kind of cool because I feel like I'm playing the game early. So this was actually starting off as a mobile game, and the developers wanted to make this game for console, but wanted to make it feel more like a JRPG. And I gotta say, they nailed it because this game is amazing. I've actually had my eye on this game for quite a while now, and I'm so glad it did not let me down. It was everything that I was hoping it would be: fun, relaxing, and charming. That's all this game is. It's not trying to be anything over the top. It's meant to charm you while providing a fun and simple JRPG adventure. Sometimes that's just all we need, some fun, relaxing JRPG comfort food. And I will say, the gameplay is so fluid and smooth, it runs great on the Switch. I really enjoy the art style and graphics. The cutscenes are awesome too. The music is also really good. And even though the story is pretty sad in the beginning, it definitely gets better as you progress in the game. If you're into fun and cozy JRPGs, this is a must play, especially this time of year. You're gonna love it. Game number 2 is gonna be Distraint Collection. This is definitely one of the best indie horror hidden gems I've ever played. This game is a 2D psychological horror adventure game that tells the story of Price, a young man who seizes an old woman's apartment. After seizing her home, his humanity is now gone. So begins his tale of regrets. Creep your way through different locations, learning the backstory of Price and his motivations that led him down this dark path. So yeah, on top of all that, I gotta say this is definitely one of the most unique games I've ever played. This game will not only trip you out, but it'll creep you out. And the game doesn't hold your hand at all. No prologue, story, or cutscene. It just throws you right into it. It's really addicting in the sense that you don't know what to expect next. And the story unfolds more and more as you progress in the game, and it only gets trippier. I love games like this. It's completely out of the box and not afraid to try new ideas. For example, the screen ratio for the game is ultra wide, which actually gives it an immersive feel, and it's pretty easy on the eyes. Yeah man, this game is a blast and a true hidden gem in my opinion. If you like weird indie horror games, you're definitely gonna love this one. Another great one that I highly recommend. Game number 3 is gonna be 7 Days. This is an awesome horror visual novel that recently released in Japan, and yes, it does have English subtitles. I'm a few hours into it and I absolutely love it. You play as this guy who's in college, and there's this rumor going around about a cursed Blu-ray. The story kind of has the same premise as the movie The Ring, which is actually a play on the Japanese film Ringu. And for those who don't know, Japan horror is crazy. It's like a whole other world of horror, in case you guys didn't know. Anyways, they say that after watching this Blu-ray, you become cursed, and this ghost woman haunts you until the curse is broken. And you actually have a friend who has the ability to see and talk to ghosts, which she helps you along the way. And there's a point in the game as well too where they exorcise this ghost woman and she turns human again. But now the trick is that she has 7 souls living inside of her. I don't want to go too much further into the story because I think it's one that you guys should definitely experience on your own. It's great and it's only getting better from what I'm playing. So yeah, it definitely has some similarities to The Ring, but it's definitely unique in its own ways. And the one thing that I find really interesting about this game as well is that it allows you to make different choices, which in turn leads to different outcomes, which in the end increases the replay value. The art is pretty simple, but it's definitely still beautiful. I really enjoy the soundtrack as well. So yeah, if you're into horror visual novels, this is a great one to add to your collection. A must play for all horror visual novel fans. Game number 4 is going to be a game that I've had on my wish list for quite a while now, and that game is Gungrave. This is a unique third-person action shooter game, and it looks awesome. Become Grave, a resurrected gunslinger and ruthless anti-hero, and rain down bullets on your enemies. discover the story of Grave and his crew who set out on a great adventure to Southeast Asia, an emotional adventure that can be enjoyed by both new fans and old. So yeah, I've had this game on my wish list for quite a while now, and it looks awesome. From what I've seen of the gameplay, it looks like it runs pretty good on the Switch, especially for how fast paced it is. I love the industrial aesthetics as well. If anyone out there has played this game before, please let me know how it is. I'm really hoping it's as good as it looks. Sometimes you just want to play those games where you go around blowing stuff up and causing chaos, you know? And I'm really hoping this game scratches that itch. And last but not least is Death Smiles. This game is a side-scrolling shoot-'em-up game set in the alternative world of Goverado, where girls known as angels take center stage. The game features an exotic world embedded with gothic horror themes, adorable character designs, and intuitive controls that keep you coming back for more. So yeah, this is a gothic horror bullet hell game, and it's absolutely insane. This is actually the first game that I've played within this genre, and I love it. It's definitely challenging at times, but the more you play, the better you get at it. The art and graphics is incredible. I also really enjoy the Halloween aesthetics. This game screams Japan with its high-octane action and amazing soundtrack. This game is actually a double pack, so you get Death Smiles 1 and 2. So this game was actually released back in 2007 in Japan arcades. It kind of makes you wonder what other hidden gems are in Japan's arcades that haven't made it to console yet. Anyways, if you're into bullet hell games with a fun gothic vibe and characters, you're definitely gonna love this one. This is another great game that I highly recommend checking out. So like always, we have a bonus game that I want to talk about, which is the game that I mentioned at the beginning of this video, and it's become one of my favorite games recently, and that game is Monster Hunter Stories. Right off the bat, I'm just gonna say, this game is absolutely amazing. In this game, you play as the hero in the story. You were born in a village of riders who raise monsters for a living. You'll overcome trials and tribulations as you grow as a rider, and leave your village to embark on an adventure. Your destination? The world of hunters, who make their living by hunting monsters. Although their lifestyles are vastly different, you must learn to live and work together with hunters, and in turn, bring the world of hunters and riders ever closer. So yeah, I'm a huge fan of the Monster Hunter series, and this is actually my first time playing one of the story games, which I'm actually very surprised because I'm a huge fan of JRPGs. And honestly, like I said, this has definitely become one of my favorite games. The beautiful art style and graphics, the cutscenes, the music, the charming characters, all the different environments. This game, in my opinion, is a masterpiece, 10 out of 10. I'm about 10 hours in and I cannot put it down. This is the game I've been playing before bed. Man, I'm so stoked the story series exists. If you've been sleeping on this game, like myself, you're definitely missing out. It's got that fun, charming, cozy vibe, classic JRPG comfort food for all JRPG fans. Another great game that I highly recommend checking out. Alright, well there you have it. There's some more Switch games that I definitely recommend checking out before they become rare and expensive. If there's other games you guys recommend that I check out as well, please let me know in the comments below. I'm into anything and everything the Nintendo Switch has to offer. Hope you guys enjoyed this video, and if you did, please subscribe. With that being said, hope you guys have an amazing day, and we'll see you guys in the next one. Happy gaming, and God bless. Peace.